Commandment number 10, you shall not covet. What is coveting? Coveting is setting our hearts on anything that is not rightfully ours. It's a desire to possess in a wrong way something that belongs to another person or another group, wanting what someone else has in a way where we value the possession more than the person who has it. And so there is an aspect of envy to coveting. But I want to make sure we understand that not every desire we have is wrong. God made us with desires. God made us with good desires. Our issue is that we can go about fulfilling those desires in wrong and harmful ways. Coveting is really just seeing something we desire but don't have, and allowing that desire to lead us to take for ourselves. And I use that word take specifically to try to bring back images of the Garden of Eden, where Eve and Adam took the fruit, that they saw that knowledge of good and evil, that was a good desire, but they took it for themselves rather than resting and receiving it from God. And this is what coveting prompts in us. We are prompted to take for ourselves, or that desire just brings up attitudes against the person who has what we want. And so rather than receive relationship from them, or rather than trust God, we look to take, or we become bitter because we don't have the very thing we want. We may desire intimacy or relationship, and rather than wait for relationships that develop in a healthy manner and we receive that intimacy and relationship in due course, we short track things. So we fail to see the full picture of the nature of the person we're trying to be in relationship with, just as an example. Coveting can happen when we compare ourselves with others, when we resent what they have and we don't. We can covet the kind of person that someone else is in a relationship with, that I wish my spouse was like their spouse, or I wish that I had their possessions or their bank account or their role, their status, whatever the case may be. James, in his letter in chapter 4, would write this: "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You want something, but don't get it. You kill and covet, but you cannot have what you want." See, coveting may not seem as severe as murder or adultery. But it's one of the 10 commandments, because it can kill relationships just as easily as murder, anger, adultery, lust can do. One commentator wrote, coveting is almost like a gateway sin. It provokes other sinful, selfish attitudes and actions. And so coveting is, of all of these, is immediately a matter of our heart, right? Do not murder. That's an outside action. Jesus internalized it. Do not commit adultery. That's an external action. Jesus internalized it. This command is already internalized. Coveting is a matter of our hearts and minds long before it reaches those external actions. And this covenant should keep us from thinking we can keep the law of God ourselves. Paul wrote in Romans 7, this was the commandment that tripped up his performance-based acceptance model of relating to God and seeing himself as a self-righteous person. So here's the question for today. What are you desiring that you don't have? Are there things that you go, I need to leave this with you, God, because it's affecting how you see God, how you see others, maybe how you see yourself? The opposite of coveting is contentment, not complacency. Want what God wants for you rather than what you want for yourself. You'll still find reason for discontent, but at least you'll be looking to God for those desires to be met and find it easier, hopefully, to rely on Him. As we seek to do this together, May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today would you know his peace. God bless.